Well, welcome to Conscious Gatherers. My name is Beverly Thompson. I'm here with AJ Royce.
Good evening.
All right, we another exciting episode of More Insights. And first of all, this is episode 97, and today's date is June 27th, 2023. So here we go. Wow. The last 2 weeks, I remember saying, things are going to be happening or whatever's going to be happening in the next 2 weeks. And yep, things are happening. So, and I think I can't say that word, I think. I feel that things are going to be really ramping up, which I think I feel that we're seeing right now. And so some of that ramping up did come through in our messages that we received today. So we're going to share those with you, and just hold on, guys. Things are really happening. So anyway, you have things to say before we get into it, Miss Royce?
Just yeehaw. Here we go.
Yeah. And I'm going to say this now and also for the end of the podcast, because I'm reminded to keep this very positive, even though it may look scary. And overall, we're going to a most beautiful place, as in the new earth, and we're all making it happen. So we're all in this together, and see this as something that is positive, even though it's going to look even more chaotic than it is. So that's basically it, and then we're going to get into it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, there you go. I'm ready. Y'all ready? A lot of people say, let's get it on. It's like, yeah, just make sure, because it hits everything that's happening now. It's going to hit us at a personal level. And so that energetic level within us is being, I'm going to use the word challenged, but I don't know if that's the right word, but things are coming up within us that no longer serve us.
Yeah, not just on a social level, but that, like you said, that deep personal level, the emotions that come up with that, emotions are very strong.
Oh yeah.
They can move you and shake you to your knees.
Yeah. So so hold on, everybody, and just keep a positive attitude as much as you can. If something bothers you too much, we've talked about ways of overcoming that energetically and clearing our space, clearing ourselves.
Yes, when something really rattles you deeply, that usually means that there is something deep within you that perhaps needs to be looked at and dealt with. Lots of times things can trigger remembrances, like from childhood or whatever, and things that we pushed in the background and they never got dealt with. Because when you're a child, sometimes you just stuff things in the back, and that's where they stay. But if we can deal with those things, then we're a lot happier.
And there are those that can help out with dealing, consulting, and both of us will assist with that. Terry does assist with that also, and text Terry Palmer. So Terry, if you're listening, you have to be ready for all of this, because as they call it, basically, I'm going to just say it outright: shit's hitting the fan.
Well, there you have it.
Well, I might surprise you on that one. All right. All right. With that said, go ahead.
I just wanted to interject one thing. Taking responsibility for your own stuff. That's a good place to start.
I'm glad you said that, because, we've talked about so many times about pointing the finger. You really can't point the finger at anybody. It's her fault, it's his fault, it's blah, 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 blah. If only they would see my way, it's a better way. Can't they see their faults? I mean, all these things I hear, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
And it's not, and those that are saying it's not their issue, unless they make it their issue.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, do you really want to do that? So how involved do you want to get in somebody else's issues? And I say no.
And for me, I talked about a couple of weeks ago that something big came up for me, and it was for me to know when to just stay in my own business and let somebody else's stuff play out. Because just because somebody is voicing that their life is not going well does not mean they're saying that they want you to come in and help fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So
there you go.
Take care of your own life. Attend to your own business.
Got that? Okay. Today we received some more insights, and what I'm going to, the information I'm going to give you, most of you know this is going on. I don't think it's going to be any surprise to any of you, but I'm going to voice it out because, as I said, things are hitting the fan right now, and it's flying everywhere. How's that?
Oh, what a visual.
So, flies in your face, it's like, okay, wipe that face off, and I know you. But realize if it hits you that hard, then it's all this internal stuff's going to come up, and a lot of people are going to say, and I've been believing this, or I didn't know about this. How come I didn't know about this? And it's going to be challenging for a lot of people. And I'm not saying I'm not one of them, because seeing some of this stuff that is going to be, I think,
sickening.
Yeah, it is. So we're all here together as humanity, and we are becoming more interdimensional, more intergalactic. We always have been, but we're realizing that we are. Mm-hmm. So that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
You ready?
Ready.
All right. First words I heard was, hold on to your pants. Does that go along with the fan? So, anyway, hold on to your pants. I'm like, okay. And then I heard huge revelations. We've been talking about the revelations, the revealing for, a year or more than a year. But the huge revelations are coming out now. And, hold on to your pants. There we go. Talked about the world military. And looking at the military, will be stepping in more fully. Many of you know that military is being seen in a lot of our major cities, and 20 or more, maybe all of our states now, that it's tanks, all kinds of things that are heading into some of these areas. So what does that mean? It's not to scare anybody, but obviously they're getting ready for something. So it's just be prepared, and don't let that scare you, but know that they're here to help. Now, there are some in the military that are I'd have to say most people in the military are there to help. However, some of them are following, I would say, a false agenda. And all of a sudden they're going to start seeing it differently. And there's going to be an about face for many of those, because they're going to start seeing what they didn't see before because of some of the compartmentalization that is used in our militaries. I'm talking about our world militaries in all countries. There are some that won't believe it, and they'll stay. Not sure how it's going to work out for them. But the ones that do the about face, I think that's a military term, is anger. I was seeing a lot of anger, and these people like just literally pushing out their chest, but their face is turning red. And so do send out lots of love to our military members to help with that, dissipate the anger.
Yeah.
and so they understand, and then they will go on to the agenda of assisting humanity, and
Yeah.
that's what they're there for.
Yes, yes. You can imagine what that would be like to all of a sudden realize that something that you had your full heart and mind into was not what you thought it was, no matter what it is, not just military, but it's, that's a rude awakening. So they need our support, all of them.
Yep. Yeah. All right.
Excuse me.
You're going to bring up the silos, correct? All right. We'll talk about those in just a few minutes. First of all, I'm going to I'm going to be pretty blunt on some of this. So, use discernment and everything. And some of you won't like it. Others will understand it. But here we go. All right, Biden. And I'm talking about the family. They're being washed out. That's the words I got, washed out. And they'll be like disappearing from the world stage. And so a lot of exposure that's happening now with the family is coming to light. Some people still don't believe it, but I think it's going to be undeniable. That's my take on it, and we'll see how this all works out. But what the words I got, that the family was being washed out and it's disappearing from the world stage because they cannot be trusted. There will be many that are stepping forward. They're stepping up to help calm the storm. Now, who those many are might be some figures and I don't know if they're military or if they're going to be some governmental figures or others that people that know what to say and what to do, and they'll be stepping forward to help out. Much like we are, but more on a worldly, we're on a worldly stage too, I understand that, but more openly, if that makes sense. Okay? What many people perceive as losses aren't losses at all. It's a breakdown of the old systems. And then I got the word anarchy. And when you look up the word anarchy, it means a society without government. That's where we're going right now. It can also refer to the curtailment or abolition of traditional forms of government and institutions. That's what we're moving away from, the traditional ones, and because it's the breakdown of the old systems, they no longer serving us.
Yes, that is to be replaced with something that works.
Exactly. All right. Here, got the word belligerent by the few, and those few will step down. Now, I did get a timing thing on this, so I was going to say, just be aware. Timing is kind of a tough thing to use in what's happening today and what is time, all of that, we'll discuss that. But I did get within the next 6 months, all governments will have changed. And I was feeling a calmness, yet people are asking, now what? And that's where the anarchy comes in. And that's, I've gotten many times where the communities are going to come together to support one another. And so it's people helping people. And I see that as a beautiful thing.
Yes, and it's that regaining of self-responsibility.
Yeah. Yep. Like, wow, I have to do this? Yeah. All right. I got a list of the sequence of events that has already started. Here we go. Number 1, takedown of the U.S. president. Number 2, the dismantling of Congress. Number 3, other presidents or rulers worldwide stepping down. Number 4, child trafficking exposed. And there is a film coming out on July 4th called The Sounds of Freedom, and it is about that. So it will be shown in quite a few theaters, probably worldwide.
Done by Jim Caviezel.
Correct, yeah. I've seen snippets of it, but I haven't watched it. So it's going to be a hard one to watch if I choose to watch it. I know that stuff goes on.
Yes.
Excuse me. All right, number 5. More open exposure of 9/11. Right. Okay. Were those terrorists that took their planes into the world towers that we saw, or was that a CGI? Because when the planes hit the buildings, you would think that the plane would fall apart. In the pictures I saw, the plane went through the building like butter. Well, it didn't come out. It went in, didn't come out. So, like, okay, is this what we originally saw? I mean, I do question all of that, but there's a lot more to 9/11, and a lot of it has already been exposed, but more to come as a false flag event. Okay, number 6, changes in our financial and money systems. That's ongoing right now. And number 7, UFO disclosures in the forefront.
Yahoo.
Yeah, that's happening. And I believe that Stephen Greer, Dr. Greer, went to Washington, D.C. and spoke there for a 3-hour event. And I have yet to see it, but I think it might have been eye-opening for a lot of people. So, all right. And number 8, rise of the kingdom. And that was it. So what that means, I've got visions of some of that, which I won't go into right now. But it's basically seeing the whole world starting to come together in so many different ways and beautiful ways. And it's like no more of this crap that's going on as it's being washed out right now. So that was my insights. So there's 8 of them. Again, I'll go through them. Number 1, takedown of the U.S. president. Number 2, dismantling of Congress. Number 3, other presidents or rulers worldwide stepping down. Number 4, child trafficking exposed. Actually, that's more than child trafficking, it's human trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. It's one of the biggest money makers worldwide. And it's, how that can happen, it's beyond me.
Yeah.
People can go there. All right, number 5, more open exposure of 911, what really happened and why. Number 6, changes in our financial money system, happening now. Number 7, also happening now, UFO or UAP disclosures in the forefront. And number 8, rise of the kingdom. So, okay, I got instead of kingdom, it's kingdom. So that was it. And Royce, I'm going to let you take it from here.
Okay, that's a hard one to follow.
I don't know.
Okay, these are my insights for today. I got missile silos opening for naught, meaning that the missiles were disarmed.
Yeah, I'm going to interject.
Mm-hmm.
The missiles, and I'm thinking that they're probably nuclear.
Yes.
Okay. And then I was hearing star beams helping out. So we won't have that nuclear exposure. Maybe threatened. I don't see it happening. You said for naught.
Yes, for naught. And you brought up something about the star beings. Everything that goes on here, especially on the planet's surface, affects everything beyond the planet's surface out into outer space. Those nuclear blasts, they rattle the fabric of everything, time and space. So it's not going to be tolerated, pure and simple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the next thing that came to me was non-zero sum game, and that is a mathematical term, and the clarification for that is to take a life, to save a life, equals zero. Therefore, nobody wins. But to stop the fighting and use diplomacy instead, everybody wins. So that, by definition, is what a non-zero sum game is. It's either everybody wins or everybody loses. So lay down your arms and plow the fields instead. And this reminds me of in Isaiah, where it's turning the swords into plowshares. So you can read that for yourself, Isaiah 2:4 in the Bible. Feed the yearning within with love and kindness, and love and kindness will be the fruit of your fields, which nourishes the whole planet. The earth is going through a great transition, as a horse running a race for the first time without any blinders on. Oh, what freedom to be able to take our place in the race while seeing the whole course laid out before us, a course that is level and free from obstruction, where we all arrive at our destination together. All it takes is one person to declare the old race is over. Let us begin a new race, hand in hand, sharing our thoughts and ideas together in peace. When we all raise the sword against one another, we all lose the fight. But when we all raise each other up in peace and goodwill, there is no battle to win.
I like that.
I do too. Reminds me of that movie. Of the name of it just flew right out of my head. Matthew Broderick was the actor. It was about he was playing a game and somehow got into the thermonuclear war thing with the government and into their computer system. And
that's not the sum of all fears.
No,
okay,
no,
because people have been talking about that movie as to what's happening now.
No, I haven't seen that one. I don't think. But this one, the point at the end of the movie was how about a nice game of chess, you know.
I remember that.
It's like the point of this is, you know, don't play the game. Just don't play.
Wow. Okay.
You're not going to win.
Oh, I did have a vision of a chessboard.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, yes. I may have talked about it before. I really can't remember, but I'll tell you again. But okay, my vision was a chessboard, and I could see a few people standing on the chessboard, on the squares.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could see some people stepping on the board, making a couple moves, and they played their game and they stepped off. And then other ones would come on. And then those that I would call the more nefarious ones, that stepped onto the chessboard, but they were not playing nicely, put it that way. I saw that square just drop down, and that person dropped through the board.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
you're out.
You're out. Yeah, you're out. If you can't,
can't play nice.
You can't play nice, you're gone.
Yeah.
And so, I don't wish that on anybody. but at the same time, if those that are there to take humanity out, which I know is happening, a good part of humanity, then it's like, I'm not putting up with that crap. And if you have that feeling within you that that you're the king and everybody else are the pawns, it doesn't work for humanity. So that's what's disappearing. How's that? So they disappear off the board.
Yep.
But it was interesting just seeing that vision of people coming and going and playing their parts, and whatever that part is, and then more moves are being made. So it sounds like a game to me, even though the words that you got, it's like, why are we even playing this game?
Yeah.
Outside of to let go of that old paradigm that no longer serves us.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the way to make that change so we're not stuck into that repetitive cycles that we of humanity has been on for a while.
Yeah, it becomes mindless, like a hamster on a wheel.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Any more comments on that?
I don't believe so. I believe that was War Games.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what the name of the movie was. Yes.
Okay. I thought it might come through. All right. The other day I was contemplating what's happening in the world, and it's like I was told, grab one of your books, so I did, and opened it. So it's one of those, see what I'm to look at, and so I thought, okay. So I'm going to share a little bit of that with you, because it's like it's us as humanity. It's just a little more esoteric in thought, but that's what we're sharing with you. And I just think it's pretty interesting what came out. And this was September 19th, 2011. How about that? Anyway, this is the writing is called Autonomy Impossible, and it's from my third book. So I'm just going to share just a small part of the Autonomy Impossible. Obviously, we're not autonomous. All right. It said, they said, what is this universe that is so often talked about? Which, okay, the universe supports me. I'm giving, I'm praying to the universe, and that could be God, or you can use whatever word you want. But that was essentially what this writing's about. And here's, I think it was interestingly said. And so that's what I'm sharing. Okay, regarding the universe. In a nutshell, the universe is your signature. It is you within your higher self, working the waves to magnify your wants and desires. It is not God out there. It is you. Remember, all is one. So inside of your hologram, that which you understand radiates alongside all of the other selves in the great I Am universe. You each create out of your hologram of understanding. And a hologram scientifically is a matrix built out of waves and particles of a simulated consciousness. Therefore, within self, you have all the tools of prosperity, of life at your disposal. To allow the universe to assist you is you letting go of your old thought forms of limitedness. It so goes into what we've been talking about tonight. Allowing the other parts of you to blend into the other aspects of creation into your hologram. It's the whole term hologram. We can go on for a long time on many of this, what I'm talking about tonight. Anyway, those who are your guides, we talk about our spirit guides, okay, are parts of all that is, therefore parts of yourselves or ourselves. It is consciousness in a sea of particles, and those particles do not exist without consciousness arranging them into thoughts, then into one's reality. Not all realities are the same. In fact, no two realities are the same. Each has their own way of bringing thoughts into reality, be it ideas or coalescing into material form. Energy is activated through thought. Therefore, does energy exist? Yep. It is the source of all that exists, a basic energy, if you want to call it that, because it can be manipulated into whatever your consciousness dreams. So it goes on a little bit more. So we'll keep going on that?
Sure.
All right. So how did humanity come about? How did forms or beings come about? So humanity is a derivative of many civilizations from off the planet. So how did the form come into manifestation? Since the field or source is particle energy, what is consciousness? In creation, all exist. There is no space, time and space in all of reality, even though you mentioned time and space.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well, wait a minute, which is it? Or did we make it into being, time and space into being, correct? All right. However, okay, as a way to conceptualize the physical, time and space was brought into the field as a way to manipulate energy patterns. Creator is all particles in many consciousnesses. There are soul families, soul, S-O-U-L, families who come together in their thoughts and speak as the one, but they are only a part of the one. The one is a sea, a bed of activated energy patterns of existence. There is no from per se, as all creation just is. Experiences of a form give the energy movement, and the movement is from a multitude of dimensions. Each dimension has many levels or frequencies, and each level is a range of frequencies. It is a way to explain dimensions, segmenting them into ranges. So that's a basic understanding of creation. And I know it's hard to conceptualize what I just said, but it's our consciousness bringing things into form.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're getting rid of these old forms of creation that we put together, and we're seeing it all collapse.
Yeah, because they don't work anymore.
And we will.
But we got the understanding of what that was all about. And that's what we take with us. We know what doesn't work. So we take that and build something better.
And we are making it
more efficient.
So we're understanding ourselves more fully because of the density that we have gone into.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And we're, as said earlier, we're a mixture of many civilizations. It's like, okay, where did they come from? Well, it's another, sea of consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I've mentioned many times of the nations coming together, nations being different planetary civilizations, and they don't look all human. Maybe a lot of them very much look like us. Some of them don't. But we're a mixture of all these civilizations, and they're, many of them have put in their to make the human what they feel is of the highest degree. I don't think I've used those words, but essentially what that is. And so we as humans have it all within us. It's that, it's creator. We are the creator. It's all within us. We're part of that sea of consciousness. So it just tells you the power of us and to use that power. And that's what's happening now is to understand the power that we hold within.
Yeah, this great awakening that we've been talking about, awakening that which is within us and the knowing of that. How can you be limited when you know that, what you really are and what you're capable of?
Yeah. No longer do I say I'm only human. I am human. God in man. Essentially what human means. It's like, don't dismiss that because it is every one of you listening to this. It's all of us. We're all this wonderful beauty that is, it's formed from the formless.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a sea of consciousness.
It's something out of no thing.
Yeah. No thing, nothing. Same words, just put together. Aren't we something? So, that's a lot to take in for some of you, but I think many of you listening do understand that. But it's a nice reminder saying, hey guys, we're in this together. And we're creating our new world. And, how do you, how do you want that to look like? Or what do you want it to look like?
Yeah.
And so we're realizing the depth of our beingness, the divineness that we truly are, and start using it.
Right.
Look at your fellow man in the eye, smile, because they're all part of it too.
Yeah.
So the more that you smile, look at them in the eye, that they can feel it, and they can feel that love, and that ripples on and on and on, and that ripple effect is going out now. Okay, got pretty serious there, but it is serious. Yet have fun, laugh. As we're going through these times, we're seeing some ridiculousness of what's going on. I keep saying it's a crazy world out there. And so that's that crazy world inside of me too that is being challenged. But it's a wonderful. So to me, it's a wonderful thing that we're going through. We all chose to be here, and we chose and we're chosen both because it's the graciousness ones that came in, and some people that decide they want to leave, and that's fine. And they played their part, and it's time for them to leave because there are quite a few people leaving right now. Mm-hmm. And our beloved pets also. I'm hearing a lot about that. So much love to our pets that have supported us and continue to support us, too, with that unconditional love. So, okay. Please go on.
Yeah, I was going to dedicate a little bit of time to those of the animal kingdom, like Bev was saying, the ones who came and stayed and shared with us, and time came for them to move on. And I wanted to mention several who I knew personally who have passed very recently. There was Bo, a beautiful canine, Midnight, another canine, and Phoenix, another canine. And then our beloved Jasper, a feline, who just passed this past week. And beautiful teachers, healers, transmuters of energy, companions and way showers that were a blessing to us to have been here with us for the time they were here. So, and some of us have gotten glimpses of them on the other side. I got to see Bo and Midnight this morning. It was quite neat. And you got to see.
I got to see Jasper. A beautiful little feline that lived down the street, and he was dancing all over his gravesite, almost like a kitten. I mean, he was grown, but he was jumping around and so happy. He would look up at his mistress or master and adoringly, and like, see, I can run and jump. And my body's good. They're no longer in that sickened body.
Yeah.
And it's that release and the joy that I could see with that precious kitty was really neat to see.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm fine, I'm better than fine.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow. Even though we miss them in the physical, I understand that.
Yes, that's the hard part. Is we miss their precious little bodies.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, because they give us a lot of comfort when we through that implement of touch. It means so much to us here in the physical. But they haven't really left us at all, and I'm happy to know that and to get glimpses and.
Yeah, well, they're doing their own thing.
Yeah,
they're still around, and then some of them do move on, and let them move on.
Yeah,
Don't energetically, you can hold a person or an animal here.
That's right, you can.
And you want to let them go, and you can cut the energetic cords, and you can actually do that with a pretend scissors or a sword or whatever you want to cut those cords. It doesn't mean that you're going to lose the memory of them, not at all, or the love that you had. But it's those energetic cords that cause us the pain of the loss. And then let them go and let them be. Yeah. So that's for all of us in human or animal form. Well, thank you for joining us today. And wow, it looks like things are really ramping up. And hold on to your pants. So huge revelations are happening, and it's really interesting and to me exciting. And even though there'd be a little bit of shock for many of us, so get out. If it gets to be a little heavy for you, get out in nature. And right now, I'm watching two little sparrows jump around on my back patio. Having a heyday. So be like these sparrows that are finding what needs they have, and very simple, and they fly up in the trees. They're part of nature, in nature, and so that assists us to move through these processes and see the beauty that is surrounding us.
Yes, and there are some really neat reference books that will give you information on what the different types of animals, their presence in your life, what it may mean for you, to help you to get some clarification on something that's going on. So, like Ted Andrews' book.
Is that Animal Speaks?
Animal Speak.
Okay.
And there are some others as well. So they're these days on the internet, it's quite easy to find that information.
That's true. That's true. All right. Well, we'll be back again in 2 weeks, and the next episode will be July 11th. You all have a wonderful 4th, and think of that as Independence Day. Totally independence of our beauty, our freedom, our love, our happiness. Have fun. And remember those that have served beautifully for all of us. All right. Do you have any words that you want to end with?
Well, and what my insights were is, oh, what freedom to be able to take our place in the race while seeing the whole course laid out before us. So let us be joyful on the 4th and remember those that aren't with us, and love those who stand beside you. Life is precious and fleeting.
It is. It is.
Yes.
Well, thank you. We love you all. And good day.
Good day.